I'm very conscious of time, but I am going to show you my sales support section because, again, I feel like this is crucial for you to get ready for those bookings next month. Activities week. This was a deep dive that I did over a week where we went into all the different activities that you can do across Africa and the Indian Ocean. So in the webinar section, what we've done is a 10-minute overview of what the experience is, key considerations in terms of the ages, any cost implications, times of year, and where you can do it. So have a look. There's loads in here. So we've done obviously game drives. You'll be familiar with that if you are actively selling it. But what does a fly camping trip look like? Walking safaris. Is it going to be safe? Oh, a little bit dodgy there. Not at all. You will feel so confident once you've watched these. Hot air ballooning, if you've not had the privilege of doing it, it really is great to have the understanding of getting up at 4 in the morning and then having this champagne breakfast. It sounds wonderful. Scenic flights, heli flights, microlights, wine tasting, cycling, hiking Kili. We have a whole section on hiking Kili, by the way. Camel riding, macoroing, boating, surfing, whitewater rafting, kayaking, kite surfing, shark cage diving. So we really did go to town on the activities. So again, getting ready for peaks, check those out. It'll give you that confidence if you've not had the experience of any of these activities yourself. Other things, great. Exclusive use in families. Again, for those of you who don't have children, I do not have children. I thought that I was awesome at selling family trips. Turns out that I could have been better. The webinar that we hosted had a couple of specialists in this area. Do check it out. Understanding the market, understanding the types of holidays that you can look at, knowing about the different age group considerations. So what I really didn't think about is going to Africa in the middle of their hot season and taking a toddler who needs nap time and them not being able to nap because there isn't air conditioning in the room. Suddenly you've got a grouchy kid for the whole day. That's no fun for anybody. So that kind of detail is what we've got in this webinar. Really do check it out, even if you have got kids and you haven't had the opportunity to travel to these destinations for children. Really great one to understand. But also what they went through is understanding whether or not you want to have an exclusive use trip. So, staying together and spending all that time together. I love my family to bits, but it might be slightly intense. Or are you going to look for an option that's a little bit broader, where you've got other people coming in and out of their lives, making that family experience a little bit more dynamic? So that's in there. Don't forget, we've got all these other lovely tabs. So ways you can promote it, sponsored spotlights and all those good things. There's a lot of stuff on here, so I'm going very, very quickly. Other ones that I really want to highlight to you, safaris in South Africa. Really cool if you want to understand all the various areas in South Africa and the USPs for being on safari in all the different areas. Here we did a deep dive into gorilla trekking. Again, a very expensive experience that not everyone has had the opportunity to enjoy. Laura, my colleague, has done this, and I am jealous every time she talks about it. But in the webinar for this, what we went through was what the experience is and what to expect, when to go, what to wear and pack, real key considerations in terms of your health, but also the difference between Rwanda, Uganda, and the Republic of Congo. So really understanding which destination might be right for your clients when they're asking for a gorilla trekking experience. So really cool logistics, pricing, and all those good things. So that's all in there as well. What else have we done here? How to cater to those in a wheelchair, key considerations. Again, another really cool deep dive into understanding questions you should be asking product to make sure that they fit in with a client's needs. What you should be asking your client to make sure that you can find the right product for them. Kosher travel, deep dive into that. If you've got any kosher clients, really interesting. I learned so much just to understand the kosher culture. Really recommend that one. Gay travel in Africa, for any of you who are a bit nervous about a gay inquiry, knowing what questions to ask, if they're comfortable going to an area where it's potentially going to be illegal. What I also want to show you very quickly in this section is we have really useful links. So in our tools section, is it the tools section or the resources section, we have the gay rights maps. So you can go onto this website and you can check out these heat maps, so that if you are, again, a bit unfamiliar about when you're going to be where you're going to be sending a gay couple, this is a really great way for you to understand what those implications might mean for them. So really cool webinar that I highly recommend you check out. I'm not giving you lots of homework before January, am I? Deep dives into Ruaha Nairi, Off the Beaten Track KZN. These ones are more for the future, but looking at potential trade shows you might want to look at so that you can be ready for training next year. Great Migration, another really cool one. If you're not familiar with the phenomenon, we did an overview of the history of the migration, the conservation efforts that have gone into it, understanding Kenya versus Tanzania and the differences of selling them, the types of accommodation that you might be looking at, what is a mobile camp versus a static camp. We even had Alex Walker do a live from the migration, which was a bit like a David Attenborough-esque, this is the noise and these are the herds and these are the things. If you don't know what the experience is, how to sell it, really, really cool stuff. Animals and their behavior. We had a female guide talk about what it's like actually guiding during the migration. Really cool stuff. So that's all in my sales support area as well. Cool. I think that's where I feel like you're actually going to benefit the most in terms of using the site for peaks. I don't know if there's any questions that you might have, but like I say, I'm very available. If you have any questions after today, feel free to email me at sam@thetravelhubcollection.co.uk. We are constantly adding to the site. If there's any contacts out there and you think, do you know what, they're not on the website, please let us know. Please let them know that we're here so that it's to the benefit of everybody to have their webinars and their training on the site for you to access at any time. Also helps you to save time when it comes to training your team and your newbies.